We only have one thing left to do, and that is to stick on the thumb. Unfortunately, that is the hardest part of the model, and we left it for last. So I will do this in a few different stages. First, I am going to take my hand. I will stick it on a layer. Let's call this my hand layer. Turn it off. Now I'm going to take the thumb and I'm going to shape the thumb out. This is going to be tricky because the thumb is so distorted from one picture to the next that it's almost impossible to figure out where it actually should be. I'm going to rotate it slightly this way, maybe a little bit more that way, a little bit more this way, so that it starts to curve around. I'm also going to move it forward just a little bit. Let's see how that looks lining up with my palm. That looks pretty good. And now I can start getting in some of the curves to the thumb. My thumb is particularly curvy. Your thumb may be a little bit straighter. This is tough though. If I go to edge mode, I'm going to take this bottommost edge, and what I want to do is I want to rotate it so that it faces the palm, which is probably going to put me somewhere over here. You can see that that makes a really dramatic twist when I'm going up to the next level of edges. So before I make this rotation, I may use another tool. This one is called SoftSelect. SoftSelect corresponds to the B key on your keyboard. B as in brush. And what SoftSelect does is it turns on this gradated display of color. The yellow area will be affected most strongly, followed by orange, then red, then black. So now when I start making these twisting motions, you see that I get a little soft bit of twist up in the next level here. If I hold down the B key on my keyboard and middle mouse drag side to side, I can change the SoftSelect radius to have it be more effective or less effective, and I'm going to work with a fairly big radius here. Now as I come through and I start making some twists in the thumb, and also perhaps some scales, I can make really soft changes that don't completely destroy the thumb model. As needed, I can press B and turn SoftSelect back off, and then finish up making the change that I was looking for. This is also a way to really distort your model really quickly, so you might want to be careful with it. And at this point, I'm going to stop talking and just model my thumb for a little bit. This is always the most stressful part. Okay, the last thing that I'm going to do, maybe pull that in a little tiny bit, the last thing that I'm going to do is use my Insert Edge Loop tool and put an edge loop right down here towards the base of the thumb. And this is going to be for the same reason that I put an edge loop in towards the base of the fingers. It's going to help me maintain some of the thumb's integrity as I connect it to the palm. So I can move that maybe down a little bit When I press 3, I've still got my weird, creepy, twisty thumb. Alright, now that I have shaped the thumb out, I still don't like this edge right here. I might move that just to exaggerate it a little bit in like so. Gives me some more space. And I might take the whole thumb and just move it back a touch because I don't really want it sitting inside the palm, at least not at the start of combining the two models. So here's the part where I cheat a little bit and just move my thumb completely out of position. I reserve the right to put it back in position later, but for the moment it's going to be easier for me to work with these two objects if they are not passing through each other. So having shaped out the thumb, I am going to pause here. In my next video, I will reshape the palm a little bit to make it easier to connect the thumb.